Hey everybody, I'm Brenda Ster. I'm a social marketing strategist and I'm a business coach. I serve specifically direct sellers and network marketers. And I am so passionate about building your community online through live streaming. That's what we're going to talk about in this session. And we are going to dig in on some key tips, key actionable things you can walk away with to help build your community online through live streaming. Now, what is live streaming exactly? It's going live, whether it's on your Facebook page, through Instagram stories, through your Facebook group. It's going live, having people watch you live and creating that immediate real-time experience with your community. You guys, community is where it is at. It is where we are doubling down our focus. We're focusing on creating authentic relationships and connections and providing high value to the communities we have the privilege to serve. So let's go ahead and get in. So the first tip I'm going to recommend is that when you go live, you think about what is the purpose of your message? What are you going live for? Because you want to keep your message tight. Now, what I mean by that is when you go in, whether you speak extemporaneously, like I do, I'm not good with a script, or whether you have a script and you are really working from an outline, make sure you know what you want to cover. It's going to help you from rambling. It's going to help you stay more focused. It's going to help you maintain eye contact with the camera. It's really going to help you stay on point and focused on your key things that you want to serve your community because they're listening for that value. When you're thinking about how community building really works through live streaming, they're watching for what's in it for them. So make sure your messaging is what's in it for them, number one. Number two, think about going live from a public channel. I mean, from a Facebook page, from a public group. Now, you can certainly share into a closed community, but if you go live from a public channel, you're going to have a whole lot easier chance asking your community to share it or tag their friends. And this is really where the exponential growth of your lives can happen. When you say something like, if you're finding value here, it would be such an honor if you would share this with your community, share this with your networking group, share this with your business community, share this with your team. I want to share the value with more people so they can share the video, they can tag their friends in the video, and because it's public, you have a much greater chance of your voice and your reach getting amplified. In fact, invite people to tag or share it, right? Tip number 3, we just kind of talked about that. Make your content public, and there's more likely a chance that people are going to tag people or share it. Now, I'm going to recommend number 4, that you open with your own story. Here's why this is so important. Your own story is a hook. This is why people are watching. They're looking to see, do they like how you look? They like what they hear. And is this person someone I want to listen to? Is he or she interesting, quirky, funny? What's their vibe? So for me, for example, I'm a working mom. I'm a social marketing strategist. I work 100% online. I've got 2 kids. I drive a minivan and I live in the suburbs. And I love pink lip gloss and Diet Coke. You pretty much know 98% of what there is to know about me on that alone. I'm a stereotypical suburban mom who happens to work at home. And I love serving community. I love puns. I love sarcasm. I love humor. I'm all about high value and creating community through entertainment-based content. So after you open with your own story, the next thing you're going to want to do is give a hook that entices people to stay to the end. If you say something like, you guys, I'm so glad to welcome you to my live. We're going to be covering these key things today. Now stick with me until the end because I'm going to have a super secret, mega bonus, awesome free giveaway for everyone who's with me till the end. Now, what does that allow you to do? Keep your viewers on longer because you're enticing them with a prize to the end. So give that hook at the beginning and then reinforce it throughout your live and say, hey, who's still with me? Don't forget, stick with me till the end. We have a super secret, amazing, awesome, special bonus just for those who stick with me to the end. Maybe it's an extra tip. Maybe it's a drawing. Maybe it's a digital opt-in of some kind. Whatever it might be, use that as part of your incentive, as part of your lead strategy to keep your community engaged with you to the very end of your video. It's also a reason why someone would share your video because you're doing a giveaway that could benefit more people. The next tip is share your community member stories or invite them to join you on the live cast directly. When you're doing live streaming, chances are you're working in some public marketing capacity, which means you have customers or clients, okay? If you have customers or clients, bring them onto your live stream and share their story. It is incredibly powerful to share the testimonial of someone who is having success with your product or service. Bring people on, because what we want to do is we want to have our viewer identify not only with us, but we want to have our viewer identify with the success story that we're showcasing. We want them to literally see themselves in that story and say, wow, I have those same pain points. I really like her vibe. She achieved a transformational outcome that I could achieve with this product or service. So use stories, use member testimonials, use your members' lives, bring them right into your live cast, and you're more likely to have more people viewing, especially if there's someone who supports that guest, because that guest is going to share the live as well. And they're more likely to share it if they identify with your guest's story. Ask questions continually. Ask people continually to comment and share in the comments. And then what do? You bring up their comment and you show it on the screen and you answer it live. A great way to build community is by having it be a two-way communication. Now, live streaming is sort of inherently one way, right? You're talking to the camera, to your viewer on the other side who's receiving it. But when you're having a conversation, you're inviting two-way dialogue. You're asking people to comment. Ask a question. What do you guys think? Tell me in the comments, who's ever had this happen to you? Give me an example, and then shout those people out. People love to hear their names shouted out during a live stream, okay? Because it means they know that you're really, really there live. It's not pre-recorded. They know you're there live. You're invested in them. You're watching the comments, and it's just an additional way to provide a little hint of value. So while you are sharing your success stories and testimonials, hey, you guys, who loves our guest? Isn't she amazing? How many of you identified with her story? Give me a comment, and let's put some comments up on the screen, and let's see who we can showcase, who we can shout out. The next tip I want to use is something that will work with you, not just in live streaming, but it'll work with you when you do pre-recorded video. You might do webinars, anywhere that you are working on sales or closing. And I call it using a soft closing technique, meaning ask questions throughout your live stream. Ask questions continually throughout your live stream that get people nodding along with you. Non-verbally, nodding along with you is a very, very powerful closing technique. So for example, has this ever happened to you? Yeah, it has happened to me. Do you guys know what I mean? Yeah, talk to the viewer. That's a really big opportunity, right? Yeah, it is opportunity, Brenda. Ask soft closing questions that will get someone nodding in the affirmative because they agree with what you're talking about. Could you see how this could benefit you? Yeah, I really can. Now, who's going to go put this in action? Who's going to put this in action right now? Are you going to put this in action? Yeah, I am. Put the soft close, put the affirmative questions right into your live. Now, if that means you're writing them into your outline, you're putting them into your script, you're putting bullet points on a Post-it note, however you're prepared. I'm actually working off of a bullet right off screen. I'm literally working right off of a tiny little outline, so I've got my key points in order. So whether you put them right into the outline, that makes sense, right? See what I did right there? Soft close. That makes sense, right? You want to get someone nodding in the affirmative so that when you do get to your last point, that call to action, end on a strong call to action. Who loved what we heard today? Give me a comment. Nod your head if you really liked what we heard today. Who's walking away with at least one actionable tip that you can implement immediately? Me, I did. Comments, affirmative, soft close. Now we want to end on a strong call to action. What's your strong call to action? Come join my Facebook page. Come on over and follow me on Instagram. Come on over and join my Facebook group. We're going to continue the conversation. Now, a really great little bonus tip is if you continue the after party somewhere else on a different channel. So for example, let's say you're going live on your Facebook page and you're providing value, sharing tips, you're covering some training materials, you're giving coaching advice, you're doing mindset or affirmations, whatever you might be covering. And you say, who loved this today? Nodding. I did. Commented. Tell me what your takeaway is. Engagement. You guys, come on over and follow me to our Facebook group. We're going to continue the conversation in the after party. There's more? How do I get there? Call to action, and there's your social funnel. So what have we just done? We used the social funnel on a public channel to guide people in with high value, conversational engagement, two-way engagement, with showcasing stories, showcasing guest testimonials, showcasing successes, continually asking questions for comments, and you're doing a soft close affirmative technique where you get people nodding. And then strong call to action at the end. And what happens now? Call to action. Come on over and join me and let's continue the conversation on a different channel. Come on over and follow me to my Facebook group. Come on over to my YouTube channel. Come on over to Instagram. Look for the post that says this and let's continue commenting. So what have we just done? Focused on high community. We led with a live stream value message. And you guys, I'm telling you, live streaming is all personality. Dial it up to 11 because this is where we want people to get to know you, your vibe, your humor, your quirkiness, your weirdness, your awesomeness. And that comes through best in live streaming. Hopefully these tips, you got a lot of value out of these tips. Are you nodding right now? Are we soft closing right now? You know what I'm saying. So if you would love more, come on over and follow me on Facebook. You can find me on Facebook. I am facebook.com/Sweet Brenda. Come on over to my Facebook page. I do lives often on social marketing tips. Thank you so much for joining me right here, growing your community with live streaming, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.